energy in various different senses and guises, because it gets used as a term a few different ways. We talk of energy as in subtle energy, tuning into the subtle bodies, the subtle energies. And that's kind of what you're doing. You sensitize yourself. You repeatedly kind of go to the most subtle sensation that you can find, and you watch it, and you begin to see more nuance in it. You begin to, the other stuff drops away, and you find more detail in the subtle. And this is, we dig into subtle energies this way, subtle life forces this way. One of the, in a more pagan kind of sense, there is in Kripalu, it's a tantric lineage, so there is the conjoining of Shiva and Shakti, of the male and the female energies within us. The yoga system, the eight limbs of yoga, or eightfold Ashtanga yoga, it's all based around what you see, the chakra system, when you see those different colours of the spine. They all correspond to the nervous system, nadis in the nervous system. But there's a crossover here. There's a crossover into the more druidic, pagan style of things that I've seen, where people call themselves more energy workers. And they're trying to contact energies, and like, so this is all, well, it's all really foreign to me, really strange. It seems weird, but I mean, if you have the experiences and you begin to put things together. So I've recently been released from the world where everything matters into the world of energy, where everything's just flexible, everything's easier. So what do I kind of mean by this? Well, when you begin to sit on the mat and you're watching yourself, and you see your emotions and your sensations, and you see these different streams of energy come and go, and you watch and you know they're not you. So it's this dance, it's this interplay of some stuff that you have a little bit of control of, but a lot of stuff you really don't have any control of, or not in the moment you don't. But it's not you. It's just energy. It's moving around. And now scientifically these days we actually know that everything's just energy. Everything can be broken down into energy. I could go on a big speech about the fabric of reality not being there, but I'm not going to. But it's not. It's not. There's an illusionary nature to like the hardness of life, right? That kind of materialistic plane. And as you dig into those subtler spaces and you begin to see them, there's quite a release that's there. Now, I've got these guys in front of me to display that energy just moves and energy just transforms. These are pantheons of, these are gods of the Hindu pantheon. Now, gods in Hinduism, gods in this kind of world, doesn't mean anything kind of external and concrete to you in any way. It's just a form of consciousness. So if you look at the way spirituality is supposed to be read, it's not supposed to be read in this concrete manner. Everything's interchangeable, everything morphs into one another. So this is Shiva, which is basically consciousness. Right now, Shiva has his partner Shakti, which is what you're kind of working with this divine male and female energy. But I mean, Parvati is another form of Shakti, his wife, as is Durga Devi, right? So this one, she was transformed to fight. She needed to go, there was some god who couldn't be killed by a male god, but she wasn't up to the fight as Parvati, as his wife, so she took on this new energy, this new incarnation. So it's really quite a lot of this stuff is just leading you, it leads me and other people who kind of have this view as well, to release, right? So you can work with these energies, not in a way that like, oh, please come and help me. But you can look at them. I mean, there is an element to that, but you can look at them and it's like you kind of get to embody them. You're looking for your higher powers. And there's a way of some of these symbols helping you do that. I find really, really interesting. Depending on, I've played with a few different models now. So I've played with a few different models. There's like the Hindu pantheon, there's Greek, there's Roman, there's Christ consciousness. That's actually a really interesting, mystical kind of path. And they all have their own experiences that match up to the model that you're kind of playing with at the time. And I find that incredibly interesting, especially once you start to experience it. It's incredibly interesting trying to pick some of these things apart and figure out where they come from. But yeah, it's energy. It's a weird, it's not a weird word. It's a weird to my old mind use of it, right? I've always said it, it's always the universe kind of works like a bit like Star Wars, right? There's the Force. But you need to get to know that. You need to get to feel that. And that's what this should be doing if you follow the path of absorbed meditation or like I say, more of a Buddhist, like subtle path. You're going to acclimatize yourself to understanding the fluidity and the dance that goes on within you. And once you can take that on and you kind of know it and you look at it again and again and again and again and again, it becomes a knowing, right? Like, I know that I'm not this fixed identity. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Energy.